I was so honored when I realized that Don Lemon was following me on TikTok, and now he's been arrested. I think the two events are probably not related, but Jesus, right? Lemon was arrested because he got all up in ICE's business, and so did three other well-known Black journalists and activists. The issue started in City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota, where all this stuff is happening. Protesters entered a church service to confront David Easterwood, who is a pastor at that church, but who also serves as an acting director for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This federal deportation apparatus and this church are all wrapped up with this one man. Lemon was there acting as a journalist, live streaming. He was doing what journalists have always done, what they're supposed to do, which is going there, witnessing the events, and then letting us know. In this case, he was live streaming. Federal prosecutors tried to charge him and these others right after the protest, but a magistrate judge looked at what they had brought and said, no, there's not enough here for arresting anybody. There was no probable cause. And that should have been the end of it, but yeah. So the government regrouped. They went quiet for a minute, then they took the case to a grand jury. They removed the judge who gave them an answer they didn't like. Then they came back later with indictments and arrests because they were not going to let a reporter or two or some activists interfere with an ICE official, I want to say minding his own business, but he wasn't. He cannot mind his own business because of the role he's in. The government was not going to let visibility disrupt enforcement, meaning that these were people that were known to the public. They were not going to let Black critics set the terms, Black being an instrumental word there. So they made a point. Arrests didn't happen in the moment because they had to fix the system so that they would happen. And then they happened later, deliberately and publicly, to show who's in charge. This is how power behaves when it's challenged but embarrassed. If they had stayed quiet, there would have been no problem. If they had looked away, we would have never known the story in the first place. That's the lesson. I don't know what kind of lesson that is. It's pretty stupid if you ask me. As usual, I'm not an expert, but you can figure this stuff out too, and I really invite you to please join me and get curious.